Friday, everyone. Happy Friday, happy Friday. Look at my hair, bro. So bad. Look at my facial hair. Really bad. But that's not gonna stop me from coming here and having a good conversation about a movie I saw recently. Yeah, another movie for today's Let's Talk. And another Let's Talk. I don't care. I'm gonna upload Let's Talks. I love talking about this stuff. We're gonna get some more gaming coming in soon though, but today is a Let's Talk. Today we're gonna be talking about a movie I saw recently called Didi, directed by what's his name? I think his name's Sean Wang. It was released like 2 years ago. It's pretty popular on TikTok right now, which is actually how I found out about it and why I decided to watch it because I saw edits of it and I was like, yeah, this looks tough. Let's watch because I love me a good coming of age story. It's gonna get me every time. All right, like I don't know about other people, but a good coming of age story, a little bit of drama, a little bit of sappiness. It's gonna hit me right in the arse, right in the booty hole. It's gonna get me going, man.
What?
Okay, it's gonna hit me right in the emotional spot, and this one did for sure. I gave it on my letterbox. My letterbox actually somewhere here. If you guys wanna go ahead and follow that. I gave it a 4.5 stars out of 5. Now, that may be interesting to some people. May think, okay, I don't think this movie deserved that high of a rating, but I think the important thing to remember is that movies and art is subjective. Yes, subjective, not objective. And this for me was one of my big subjective opinions because I think that's the beauty of art and the beauty of movies is that everybody resonates differently with things, and I think this movie resonates very hardly with people who grow up with immigrant parents or if you have siblings, things like that. And I think that those big themes really resonated with me hard because some things that happen in this movie, like I wouldn't say the exact same things happened to me, but there's some aspects where I felt like I resonated to this movie a lot, which is why I gave it a 4.5 stars. I think it was really well done too. Like a lot of the times, like during the film, I felt very emotional towards this guy. What's his name? Chris Wang. That is his character's name in the movie. Great actor. When he made the movie, he was like 16. Really good job, bro. You did your thing. I'm gonna hype you up. I'm gonna give you your flowers. You did great. Yeah, so where can I start off on? Yeah, I think that really it touched me in a lot of ways. For one, I think obviously the biggest theme of the movie is that it's him trying to, as a teenager, it's hard to understand yourself and to kind of, merge into who you are and who you want to be because, as teenagers, and as young adults and such, we all try to, I don't know, we're trying to become the people that we surround ourselves with. We're not trying to just be a unique version of ourselves, which is something I struggled with, to be honest. Like when I was younger, I think from ages like 14 or 13 to like 17 or 18, I really cared about what people thought of me, which was, mostly happens to most people. It's a hard thing to deal with when you're young. And eventually when I realized like being a different person to impress people or to be a part of different social groups it's just stupid because there is always going to be people out there that will accept you for who you are and will be friends with you for who you are, which is, I've been lucky and blessed enough to meet people that will do those things for me. They will accept me for who I am, for my flaws, for my weaknesses, for my strengths. And that's obviously something that Chris struggles with throughout the movie. He has his first group of friends where he does seem a little closed off, but that's because I think his friends were just bullying. He had no real friends. His friends were just bullying him. They weren't even friends. They claimed to be his friends, but at every given moment they would bully him or like treat him like a piece of shit because there was girls around. Bro, are you kidding me? That made me so mad. No way you was bullying your mans to impress the huz, bro. Oh my god, if you ever did that as a kid, You're a kid, you make mistakes, obviously, yes, but don't do that. It's bad. It's not nice. That's not a nice thing to do. That's not nice. Beef. Stephen Young. I don't know how to say his last name. Goated. I love him. Off topic. Yes. That was a big part of the movie. I think also his second group of friends, the older skater dudes, they were down to earth. They were willing to accept him for who he was. He even had the main leader guy of the group. I don't remember his character's name, but he was the white guy. And he was very, he didn't smoke. They're at the party. He's like, yo, I don't smoke, man. Like, he's not pressured by everything that's around him. And it's surprising to me that Chris didn't see those things in him and say, you know what, it's okay to be who I am then, because they would accept me. He was still trying to change himself so that he could meet these social norms within the group that he thought were there when they really weren't, because every person in that group was different. Like, they were different in their own way, and they all just still hung out and had a good time. But obviously when you're young, you don't know those things. It's hard to know those things. And yeah, I think probably the thing that made me give it such a high rating in general, and the thing that resonated with me the most, is the sister dynamic. It's hard, man. It's hard that when you have a sibling to, especially at that age, to like really understand each other and be nice to each other and try to be there for each other. I think also when she left for university, it looked like as if he felt he didn't get the chance, say his piece to her, and it's kind of, he just has to say goodbye. They were finally in a good place, and then he has to say goodbye right away, right? And I think I have had a similar situation like that to myself, and watching that, like, literally almost made me break down into tears. Like, it felt so real to me, and it was beautiful, because your family is the most important thing in the world. It really is, and no one will be there for you like family is. And when you finally have the chance to be able to be close to family, like, you really can be open with them, and then it's pulled away from you just like that as a young kid. It's hard, right? So that resonated with me heavily in that movie. I think that was incredible. And this girl that he likes, Maddie, she's kind of evil. I mean, he's not perfect himself, Chris. He did things that weren't nice, but a lot of the times he was doing it out of sadness. He wanted genuine friends. He wanted people to accept him. He wanted people to pick him first. You notice a lot of the times he'll scroll on their MySpace pages, because the movie was set in 2008, and he would check everyone's best friends list, and he was never on there. So it's like he wanted someone that cared for him, that would pick him first, that would be genuine towards him, and he never got that for all those couple years there. And then he finally gets into high school, and then he starts to, I think the most important thing is when he got to high school, he kind of saw his old friends, right? And then he gives them like a little wave. Not like he doesn't walk up to them and he's like, oh, like, hey, I missed you guys, how was your summer, after they just completely did him wrong for like for all those years and all those months. He just gives them a wave, sort of like, there's no problems between us, but I'm going my own way. I'm starting to find who I am, and I don't need to be around you guys right now. Like, it's not good for him, but he can still be, nice, and he can be civil about it, even though they did him wrong, which shows a lot of growth within himself already, right? Because probably the old version of him would have hit somebody or something, But yeah, I think that's just a big part. Find yourself, know who you are, know that whoever you are, whoever you want to be, whoever you choose to be is enough, and it's perfect, and you shouldn't change for anybody. Damn straight. And another theme, how to love your mom. That was a big part of it. How to love your mom. I mean, I can't relate to that part. I would say my relationship with my mother has always been good, and his relationship with his mom was good, but it wasn't really there, right? Like, you can see from the grandmother, it's kind of just passed down trauma, right? Like, the grandmother's always talking down on her and saying she's comparing her to other people and like bashing her traits as a mother. And then you can see the mom wants to get out of that, but she's also, it's hard to get out of that when it's been passed down to you and beaten to your head for all these years, that she starts to pass it down to her kids, which obviously is not a good thing. But you know, you can tell she's trying her best. She's trying to really give that, trying to make that change, I should say. She's trying to make a big change, and you can see she doesn't want to act like that towards her kids. That's why at the end she just gives this amazing speech towards Chris, where they're sitting on the bed, and she tells him that, you know, you're different from, like, even from his sisters. Like, you're different, you're not as stubborn, you're a good kid, and you know, like, no matter what, like, she'll love him always. And like, a lot of people, I feel like a lot of like my parents and the generation before them, they didn't get that, and I think that's super important that he got that and really helped his development as a person in general. And yeah, I mean, let's go over some quick references to the movie that absolutely shook me. So yeah, some references that I think were silly was when he was going, when his friend, what's his name? I forget his name. I don't know. I'll remember it later. I'll throw it up somewhere. I'll show a picture of him. But his friend, when he was with the Huz, told him to get walking so him and the Huz could go to this like party or sleepover they were having. And they kicked Chris and made him go home. And then when Chris is going to a party, they're like, "Yo, can we come?" He's like, "There's no space in the car." That was aura. And also, a side note to add, his girl that he had a crush on, Maddie, I ain't rock with her. She was nice in the beginning, but I feel like as a 13-year-old, you shouldn't just reach over and touch someone's wiener. Like, they were just chilling, talking on the slide. That was weird to me. They were just chilling, talking on the slide, like, you know, getting to know each other, and she just reaches for his wiener. Bro, are you serious, bro? Don't do that, boy. Weird. But yeah, highly recommend Didi to all of you. Go watch that movie. Go watch movies. It's a really good movie. May not be for everyone, but definitely my type of movie that I thought I would share my opinion on. And yeah, next Let's Talk. Hopefully we'll see you soon for that one. See you soon for some more gaming videos soon. Alright.